Today we're going to be making a vegetable soup for fall. So I don't know about you, but I just love soup that's been cooking all day in the crock pot and kind of melding all the flavors together. So I actually had a little bit of leftover ground beef and cooked onions from a dish that I made last week. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you what I'm gonna do with it. So I've got my little crock pot here, and to my crock pot, I wanna go ahead and add all my different vegetables. Now, I'm just cooking for me today, but I am going to be making a little bit more than usual just because I'm going to be preparing some meals for a hospital stay I'm going to have probably in the next couple of months. So all I'm doing right now is just shredding up a little bit of cabbage. And I never really know how much I want to put in of any particular thing until I kind of get it cut up, but this is about 1/4 of a cabbage. Now I'm going to go ahead and cut it into bite-sized pieces and just put that into my soup. This is going to add a ton of flavor. Now I've got some diced onions that I had frozen. I'm going to go ahead and add those to my soup. And the next thing I'm going to do, I've got a little bit of broccoli left over that I had frozen. I'm going to throw that in there. And I save like the leftover vegetables that I have. I'm going to look through that and see what I want to put in there. I think I'll go ahead and just put a big handful of whatever I've got on hand. Put some of those big mushrooms in there. Now I really don't need to cut these up. They're completely fine for me. And I've got some sweet corn. Now I love corn. This is actually a fire roasted super sweet corn. So I'm gonna put this whole bag in there. It'll kind of find its way to the bottom. And then I've got some fire roasted tomatoes. I'm going to go ahead and add those to my soup. And all these things just add another depth of flavor to everything that we're cooking today. Okay, I've got it pretty full here. So I'm going to go ahead and open up a can of my home canned chicken broth. Oh, smells delicious. I'm going to pour that in there. And then I'm going to get just a couple more waters to put in here just until I could see the water. I don't really want it covering everything because as these vegetables cook, they're going to give off a lot of water themselves. I'm going to add another water and see where that puts me. Okay, I can just see the water. So I am actually going to add another bouillon cube. Well, not another, I'm only adding one because I did only add 1 jar of my chicken broth. I'm going to put that in there. I've got some red pepper flakes. I'm going to just sprinkle some of those in there. And you put in as much or as little of any of this as you like. These are the items that I like in my soup. I put a little paprika in. I put a little bit of salt. There's some salt in that bouillon, so I'm not going to put a whole lot. I'm going to put some cracked black pepper because that makes everything better. And then I'm going to add a little bit of garlic and parsley seasoning. Now, if you prefer to add fresh garlic, you go right ahead. And then I've got the seasonings from my garden, so I'm going to add some of those. And these are the oregano, rosemary, thyme, Italian parsley. Just makes everything really good. So I'm just going to kind of give this a little smush. There's a lot of vegetables in there, but as they cook, it's going to be a lot easier to, you know, get everything kind of stirred up. This is how it looks. I do want to just bring some of this cabbage up. I'm not really worried about everything, you know, being perfect at this point. There we go. And if you like vegetables as much as I do, this is a really wonderful way to utilize vegetables, is to make them into a soup. And soup is great. You can also, you know, have it for a later date if you want it for, you know, it freezes really well. You can actually can it if you like. But I want mine to cook down a whole lot. Now, I don't know, I may add a little potato. I haven't decided. Actually, I guess I will. So literally in the matter of just a couple of minutes, I've got my soup ready to turn on low. I'm just gonna put my lid on it and move it over to another area of the kitchen where it's not gonna get disturbed. And tonight I'm gonna have an amazing soup. I'll show it to you as soon as it's done. I've just set my soup to low and I'm heading out. I have a lot to do today, and when I come back, my soup will be ready. Well, my beautiful fall soup is done, and does it ever look delicious? So I'm just gonna put some of this soup inside of this bowl here, and I'm gonna have a little bit for my dinner. It's very, very, very hot. Get some of the broth. I wish I had smell-o-vision. It smells so good. I'm gonna let that continue cooking for a little while. Well, this is my delicious looking soup. It's very hot, so I'm actually letting it cool for a couple minutes, but I thought I'd try it for you. Just like a fall day. Oh, it's perfect. It doesn't need any additional seasonings or anything. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you're enjoying the end of summer wherever it is that you live. I can't wait for it to end. It's been such a hot summer here. So that's not true. I actually kind of like the summer. I enjoy swimming and all the things we do. But anyway, I am excited for the next season. I love winter, fall, spring, and then summer. So if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing. I appreciate any type of comments you leave, and I'll see you next time. Thanks again. Bye-bye.